Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Sarah and Jana's show. I'm here
Yes,
with Jana Green, international success coach, award winning as
thank you.
well.
Ah, she didn't
and my
forget.
and myself, Sarah RHODEN, a health coach and functional medicine practitioner. So we thought today that one of the things that both of us are seeing in our coaching businesses is people who are struggling with toxic people, toxic friends, toxic relationships, all kinds of things. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Jana has to say. And I thought maybe, Jana, we could start with what exactly is a toxic person?
Toxic person is anyone who makes you feel negative, upset, and someone who gives you any negative emotion when you have an interaction with them. So that could be someone difficult, unreasonable. We could go as far as narcissistic, psychotic, psychopathic, just very difficult, nasty, down-putting, unsupportive person who's negative. One would hope that if you look at me, you can tell that I'm positive. And but there are also people who are very,
Wait,
very
wait,
negative.
wait. Unleashing the
Oh,
superheroes within
super.
us.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I'm
Well
going to put her
done.
away
Well
for
done.
now. I'm going to put her away.
I want one. Send me one.
You want one of these?
Yes.
You too can be a superhero. Everybody can be
We're
their own
gonna teach you how
superhero.
to do it.
Yeah, but actually, as well as I kind of joke about that, but I think if you think about superheroes and superpowers, that kind of is something that you need to be aware of, because when you're like, if you think about Superman and if he was around kryptonite, he would lose his powers. And I think that actually that's a really good kind of thought, is when you're around those toxic people, how they can be your kryptonite and literally weaken you to not be able to function in any way. Even my own experience of just like different people, and when we talk about people, it can even be family members. It doesn't necessarily have to just be
Very often, most
friends.
often, I would say. Most
Yeah,
often it's family.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
even
I have,
probably from what you say is some of your family dynamics can cause you to attract that kind of person in your life.
well, this is it. Most of my clients, when they're used to their parents being toxic, bullying, unsupportive, hitting them, whatever it is people do to their children in childhood, um, that they consider that they don't like it. So but subconsciously, they consider that normal. And they look for the same things in their new partners, but they don't know they're doing it. And that's where it gets all really funny and bad, because you're getting every time I talk to your clients, like, yeah, you're just married to your father, aren't you? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what you're doing, because your brain is used to being abused on some level. You're used to being abused. Your subconscious mind thinks that you're like it because you didn't tell it otherwise. You didn't convince it otherwise. So your subconscious mind is looking for someone who will resemble whoever was toxic in your family. And then you wonder why you have bad relationship and why you're so incredibly unhappy, or why you have anxiety, or why you can't sleep, or why you have panic attacks, or why you're depressed, why you're totally stressed out, because you want fantastic, wonderful man, supportive, kind, lovely, loyal, only loves you and never looks at anyone else. And you're always bringing into your life someone who resembles your father, who was either an alcoholic or was abusing mother or didn't care about you. We're all doing it. We're all doing it. I won't be doing it because I had to learn the difficult way. I had to learn how not to do that. And I teach that other people how to not to do that and just get the person you actually want.
Right. So
So,
so what kind of ways is it, like, I think probably one is recognizing, right? Recognizing that, the person that you are attracting and where that comes from is perhaps one thing to actually identify, like you say, from working with your clients. Some people haven't even taken the moment to be thinking about, oh, it's easy to blame that person for being toxic, abusive, or whatever, right? In your friendship or in your relationship. But it's harder to actually look in on yourself and understand, well, why am I attracting that kind of person in my life? So
so let's Okay, attracting sounds very in. Let's use a different word. You don't
Okay.
attract them, you
Well, you know I'm
create.
hip, right? You know
Yeah,
that
you
I'm
know, I
super.
know you're very hip. Yeah. I wouldn't dare to say anything else. You're very hip. Yeah.
I'm a hipster.
I just imagined you 100 years still hipster. Love
Right,
it.
yeah.
Rocks. Let's recognize what we are saying. We do not attract these people. We actually create. I'll explain why. This is
Okay.
very important, maybe a brand new concept to you people. But if you grasp this, you will start getting your power back because you'll know how things are happening to you and what you can do about them. So, creating someone like that means that you went through some sort of abuse or toxicity in your childhood or first relationship. He was a horrible person, was always having sexes with someone else, was never there where you needed them. Blah 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 blah. We all had that, all heard of it. And your subconscious mind, because you were unhappy and you really didn't like it and you were scared, your subconscious mind accepted it. Your subconscious mind runs 95% of everything in your life. So it's a really important thing. Without changing that, there's no hope for success or happiness if you don't change the subconscious mind. Yeah.
Like
So let's
eject,
con yeah,
eject.
yeah. Let's focus on that. But it's not that difficult. It doesn't have to be difficult at all, but it is the main thing. So if you're believing that, men are horrible and men are always cheating on you and men always go with someone else and they're always interested in other parties and they're never support you and they cheat you out of money and out of everything and
Well, I think
you
as
feel
well is like the verbiage as well, because we as it is that
abusive
you know
physically or
I,
mentally.
I I don't want to have sex with you because you're too fat, or
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
look
yeah, yeah.
ugly
All the
today,
abuse.
or why
Let's
did you
call it
wear
an
that?
abuse.
Yeah.
And you're used to it and your brain believes that that's normality and that's what you want because your brain is here to keep you in the place you're at. It doesn't want you to go somewhere else because it doesn't consider it safe.
Okay.
Your brain thinks that if you do something new, it's not safe for you, it could harm you, it could kill you, so it doesn't let you go there. It's
Right.
self-protection, preservation. And then when you're looking for a new relationship, the brain is like, yeah, she wants someone who's abusive. Yeah, looking for one, looking for one, looking for one. Oh, here's one. It's like, but why did I get another idiot? Well, because that was your brief subconsciously, not consciously, because you're not an idiot saying I want a really horrible person. I want the person who's the exact opposite of the guy before. But it doesn't matter because 95% of your brain says, yeah, you want the same guy, so I'm looking for it.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I struggle to understand, and maybe some of our listeners also can, is how do I really change that subconsciousness in my, because I can
You
keep
need
saying,
to,
I want that gorgeous man.
you have all these negative beliefs and you need to rewire them. You need to start saying the exact opposite. Write a list down of everything negative you believe about humans and men in particular and rewire it. So men always cheat. No, men are very loyal to me. They adore me. If any of my love affairs are ending, it's because I say so. Men never leave me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can go through the list and turn it around and say it so often that your subconscious mind will change the program from men are horrible into I love men and men are great. And when you believe, truly believe that men are great, you're going to meet hundreds of them. There will be everywhere you go. Right now, it seems like there must be one somewhere, I suppose.
Right,
But
right, right. But I also think, and I'm just thinking about friendship. So I've had a couple of friends, and I'm sure many of us will be able to relate, not just like relationship, but friends, girlfriends that have kind of like, as I would say, stabbed you in the back, and then you like, damn it, right? And you're like, oh, and then you get another one, and it does it again, and you're like, how is this happening to me?
because your mother or father or teacher, when you were small, stabbed you in the back.
Right.
You said, why did they do that? They don't love me, and I never want anyone to do that to me again. I'm really scared. That's a brief to your brain saying, okay, avoid at all cost, avoid at all cost, avoid at all cost. I don't want that. But because you're talking about it and it's in your brain constantly, that's what you're gonna create. That's what
Right.
comes back to you. What I send out, the thoughts I send out, the beliefs and thoughts I send out come back to me, materialized.
Okay. So the more
So
I,
because mom hurt me when I was 5 and she backstabbed me because she said I can go out and I can come back at 5, but then she forgotten about it and made me feel really horrible and through hysterics and because I came at 5:30, you know,
right.
that's backstabbing. That's horrible. Um, and then your brain is looking for it. So here's a girlfriend. Is she okay? Or is she gonna backstab me too? And of course, you will find something what will resemble backstabbing. It's like, I knew it. You are gonna do that too. You just want to hurt me.
So it's almost like there is like you may see something like a tiny speck, right? You see that tiny, tiny speck, and then
And it can mean absolutely
it can
nothing,
mean
but you're
nothing,
so
right?
scared
But
that
it's a
you'll
speck.
go for it.
But it's that speck that you then start to nurture. And then as you nurture it and you feed it, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
And
And
it
then
gets
they
worse.
become
And it
that
gets worse.
backstabber.
Do you wanna know how it gets worse?
Okay.
Then you want to be proven right.
Oh, yes.
Then you're saying
See, I
everyone's
knew that I
horrible.
was going to
Why is
attract a
everyone
friend.
always horrible to me? Why does this happen to me?
Yeah.
See, I told you another one did that. See, I told you that it always happens just to me. And
Yeah.
then you want to be proven right.
Right.
So you create more of it because you love being right, right? There's not nothing more than we like than being right. That's pure ego.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They
I'm actually,
always say you can choose to be either right or be happy. What do you choose? Ego chooses right, love chooses happy.
I have to say, on many occasions, that has been me where I know I'm right, but I'm like, you know what? I'm wrong. Just for peace. I'm like, I'm happy with just, I know that I'm right. Not always, like I'm not always right, but I'm happy to just be like, oh, if it's so important for you to be right, okay, have it, have it, have it. I'm okay. Like I can walk away from this. Like it just, I don't need people to destroy my peace anymore. That's how I feel.
No, what you need to do in this instance, it's say, hang on, what if that person never wanted to hurt me and I just translated it as they're trying to do it?
Okay.
What if? And that's the first step to saying, hang on, maybe people do not try to hurt me. Maybe I'm just creating situations that I can be proven right. And that it will be the most redefining moment of your life because you'll start thinking logically and not emotionally. You will start thinking within, is it, am I real? You will stop thinking like a victim and you'll start thinking like a winner. Did she really mean, did my friend really mean to hurt me? Or she was just right and I took it wrong because I expect everyone to be after me and be horrible to me. She
Yeah.
probably didn't mean to hurt me.
I was going to say, and I think that's the thing, right? When you actually take a step back in most things that are happening in your life and be like, is this really about me or is it really about them?
That could be another one, but people have lots of issues. They have lots of issues. So it could be that that person tried to hurt you on purpose, but you still created that. By the laws of the biggest law in this universe, the biggest science, which has say about absolutely everything what happens on this planet and in this universe, is quantum physics, not psychology, not psychiatry, not any of these things. Quantum physics. The thoughts I send out get materialized and get sent back to me multiplied. If I believe that there are horrible people out there, men, women, children, I don't care. It has to be confirmed to me that I'm right. I'm sending that out. It has to come back to me in a situation when it will be confirmed to me that there are horrible people out there. If I believe that there are great people, if I focus on the other thing, not the negativity, but the positivity, there are great people out there. I'm sending there are great people out there. It has to come back to me, and I will meet absolute majority of fantastic, wonderful, great people who love and adore me. Of course, occasional idiot, especially on highways. Yeah. Generally, you will meet so many wonderful people
Yeah, I have
because
to
you're
say,
sending the right thing out.
for me, one of the things in my scenario is I always like, and I guess this can be true for everything, is I always look in gratitude, and I truly am blessed in all the clients that I have in my world. They're wonderful people, and you know, like you say, I feel like when you focus on those good people, and those are the people that are coming to me, you're almost like manifesting those, and then more of them are coming to you, right?
Yeah, and it's been my my personal experience, and my clients are experiencing it. They're stuck with clients. I also teach about business a bit from this point of view. Um, so you have business which is functioning, but you're tired, you're not enjoying it. I mean, it gives you some money, but it's not nothing to brag about,
Right.
nothing to write home about. And it's like, so who is your ideal client? Is it the people who are toxic and negative and don't come on time, or don't come full stop, and they miss appointments, they don't even bother telling you? Or is it the people who absolutely love you and appreciate you, and they're always on time and they pay you ahead and blah, 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 blah? So when you focus on the person you want, you can exchange your old clients will, funnily enough, leave you, and you will start getting new clients who are what you asked for. That's
Yeah.
how it works. You
Yeah.
create your own reality by this way.
I totally, I totally, this has been my scenario, and I'm so blessed, and I'm always looking on gratitude. One of the things that I think about, that I deal with some of my clients, for example, obviously I'm working in health, and one of the things I see that my clients struggle with, okay, they're on this new plan, they're looking after themselves, they're investing in themselves, and then they've got these people that are supposedly their friends who are saying to them, well, why are you doing that? Don't you want cake? Or you should eat this,
um,
like, and then
okay.
they're bombarded by those views of others coming towards them. How is it,
So
how do you
I've
deal
put
with
this
those?
out in social media, and it
Okay.
got quite a lot of attention. And this is one of the most important. If you want to start being happy and successful, you will embody what I'm about to say
Okay.
completely, 1000%.
Embodying it. Wait,
You're not
embody
okay.
it.
I'm waiting.
I'm
Cool.
embodying it. Okay,
Yeah,
right, I'm
it's
ready.
you. Every cell of your body has to believe this.
Okay.
The biggest, and this is scientifically proven, the biggest reason why people fail is because they consult and get advice from family and friends. If you want to succeed, you do not talk to family and friends. You talk to someone who supports you, who's there for you, who pushes you and says, "Yes, go and do it. Yes, you can do that." And particularly, you want to talk to people who already have done what you want to accomplish.
Yes.
But we never talk to family and friends unless your father is the best coach in the world and's got $800 million. You don't talk to them
Right.
because they will teach you all the wrong stuff. Do you understand? Your parents
Hmm.
taught you
Yep.
everything. What's making you fail now?
Yep. Well, yeah,
Why would you go for advice to them?
their beliefs on success, their beliefs on money, their beliefs on,
They can be wonderful people, but they have wrong information, wrong beliefs, and you don't have that partner you want, or the money you want, or the house you want, or the job you want, because your parents projecting their stuff on you. Why would you go for advice to them?
yeah. Yeah, and I agree. Like you say, you always want to be surrounded by the people, and almost be slightly, um, oh, I don't know because these people are up here and I'm down here. But no, those are the people that you need to be around because they're the people you aspire to be like, right?
And if
Those
they're
are the people
decent
you,
and great people, they will be happy to teach others how to do what they've done.
right.
That's what truly successful people, who often are very kind, will do for others. They want others to succeed
Yes.
because they know that they want to live in a world of people who are successful. And when they're successful, they're happy. And when they're happy, they make other people happy.
Right.
They don't. No, you don't want to go to someone who's miserable and devious and conniving and stuff, because that person will make you feel horrible. Then you come home and you have scream at your children, fight with your husband, and you're gonna hate your life. Why would you do that?
Right, but there are these moments in time where, say, you're in a work environment, and again, I myself have been in these environments where there are those toxic people, and you can't escape them. And it's almost like, and again, you say I might be attracting this, but it's almost like as I'm leveling up or as I'm becoming better, I guess I am shining a light on them. It's not really about me when they're trying to pull me back down to where they are. But
This
how do you deal with that?
there is a rule number one. So first of all, if you see a toxic person, my first suggestion, if you're not completely healed, is leave them alone, get away, never talk to them again, block them, get out.
Right.
If you want to heal and you're healing, the holy grail of everything is to remove all your emotional triggers, the ones your parents and grandparents and teachers gave you. When you remove all these triggers, this is what I was talking to my client for yesterday. When you remove all your triggers, no one will be able to trigger you, and you will be faced with a negative, horrible, nasty, arrogant bully in the meeting room of your company or corporation, and you will be like,
Yeah.
got it?
Yeah. Maybe we have to have that look.
It's good. It's good if you meet toxic people. In a way, it's good if you meet toxic people and you train on them.
Yes,
So
yes, yes.
you can trigger me. Why are you
Yeah.
triggering me? Oh, you triggered me because of this. I need to change that.
Well, it's a bit like
Okay.
self-defense, isn't it? Like you can learn online, you can do it like, okay, I know. But in actual fact, the only way that you truly become a master at what you're
It's
doing
in real life, in
is
real
actually
situation.
to have that person that's trying to attack you, strangle you, and you're like, yes, boom, right?
Yeah, my favorite thing.
I'm a
And
trained
it
I'm a
starts.
trained fighter. Just be careful.
I'll tell you some stories later. And it starts with the cashier at your Walmart or
Mhm.
Tesco in the UK. They're rude, horrible, don't say thank you when you pay £150. How are you going to deal with it? How
Right.
do you deal with it in a way that you are calm, yet they know that you let them know that this is not acceptable behavior, and you don't get triggered?
Yeah. Okay, so I can share one of my scenarios recently that happened to me is obviously I have my little Winston and I'm out walking. It's an early morning on a
Mm,
Sunday,
mm.
and a woman comes out of her house with her big dog, like a Doberman or whatever it was, and shouts at me and says to me, do you need a bag? Like, obviously, pooping bag, right? And I was like, oh, thank you so much. But no, I have one. Right. And that obviously annoyed her even more. And she came back at me and be like, well, la, 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 la. And I was like, oh, I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. I have one right here. And then I carried on. She was probably even more mortified that I was like nice to her because I didn't react in the same way. Right. Because it's catching ourselves when somebody's aggressive. It's almost like a disease, right? That
Yeah.
negativity or that toxicity is like a disease, and it can cling on to you, and your reaction is to react back.
The only thing I will say about that, well done, but the only thing is you have to be authentic. You mustn't be playing a part.
Oh, I
Yeah,
don't
you
think I was
mustn't
playing
be,
the part. I mean, it
yeah,
naturally
yeah.
came out. Like I
No,
feel
that's
like,
great. That's great. But I don't, when we deal with these situations in dishonesty and we're just, being smirky, because people do that very often, if you notice.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They become smirky and slightly arrogant and stuff. That's not the way to do it. You
Right.
still need to feel like the real you in every other moment of your life. You
Well,
don't start.
and for me, this scenario was kind of funny because it wasn't until I come back and I was like, because I just thought that I really genuinely kind of like when thought, well, why was she out at that time of the day? And so it was authentic in the fact that I was like, oh no, 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 thank you so much. Like I've got one. And it wasn't until I come back and I went through
Did
the
you figure out
scenario
that she had a problem?
that she had
She
a
had some
problem. And
sort of
I'm like, oh,
problem.
she's got a problem with the fact that I'm out there like near her bush. I don't know, like her tree. I don't know. She would just had a problem with it. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, as long as nothing must trigger you, and nothing can trigger you, which is very long way to go and accomplish. And nothing can trigger you. That's the holy grail of everything. When someone's screaming in your face, obscenities or being, insulting you or whatever, and you just having a bad day, sort of thing. You know,
right, right, right,
you either do not react or you say, I do not appreciate being talked to this way. However, if you decide you want to have a decent and emotional conversation, I'll be in my office.
hmm
You know, just you need to be the person who doesn't care that someone else is how someone else reacts, because you're responsible only ever for your own behavior,
right.
for not anyone else's, your own. So focus on your own behavior. And none of us, on the other hand, none of us were born to tiptoe around anyone. No, none of
Yes,
us were
that's
born
that.
to
I feel
tiptoe
like that
around.
could be another story because I feel like particularly, well, I say women. I tend to find with women, but it also happens with men that maybe have a female partner, or it could be any partner that's aggressive.
That's a very toxic when you feel like I cannot say that because they will get offended. No,
Right.
I can say the rule of the thumb, the rule of nature is I'm I can say I'm allowed to say anything I want, and how you react to it is your problem.
Right.
It's your responsibility, not mine. And if we understand that, then this world will be healed in 2 seconds. I can say whatever I want. It's how you react to it is up to you.
Right, and that could be like with regards to sexist comments, I guess. It could become racial comments. Not that we're condoning any of these, but
No,
again,
no, no,
it's how
but they
we
happen in real life. They happen in
right,
real life. There's no escaping them unless you manifest people who would never dare. But they happen in real life. So people are allowed to say what they want, although sometimes it's highly morally and ethically questionable.
right,
But it's your responsibility how you react to that. There's no one was born to be quiet so they don't upset you. No one was born. No one signed an agreement coming to this planet that I must be quiet because I could upset people.
right.
No, everyone has a right of self-expression, and it's how you react to what they say. And there's whole palette of reactions. And the more you grow and the more you heal, the better you will react.
And I think that's a really good point to end on because I think the thing is here is it's a journey. We have to remember it's a journey, and we will constantly be giving like lessons. So like we were talking about with regards to fighting, like once you get good with one person, then you want to get better, so then there'll be another person that's a higher level that's going to come in and challenge you, and it's remembering that we're always going to be learning on this journey.
Yeah, yeah. Your reaction will be different if you were bullied your whole life, like me, that I wasn't allowed to speak unless I was told that I can answer to my parents.
Hmm.
I wasn't allowed to speak. So for me, it was incredibly difficult to stand up for myself
Right.
because I didn't even know how, because I was prohibited to react and speak my whole childhood and, until whenever I left. So that's incredibly difficult. So my reaction then, for me, in order to tell someone that I don't like what they're doing to me, was to get really, really, really angry. Because if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to open my mouth. So of course my reaction was totally different than my reaction today after years of healing. Today is like, I either don't care, or I'll say, I do not appreciate your comments. When you find love and kindness in you, come and talk to me. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good.
Or whatever the reaction is.
Yeah.
And again, and the top of the reaction is to find compassion for that person. Say, oh, I'm talking to someone who probably was bullied as well and isn't healed and needs love, and I could turn it around by being extremely nice to them.
Right.
But
And
that
again,
takes so much healing.
it's showing up with love, right? Showing up with love. And if any of you know, that's my logo. That's everything about like showing love. And I think in our society today, that's what more and more people need in our lives is love. So show up with
Yeah,
love. I think that's fabulous.
compassion,
Yep.
compassion,
Compassion. Yeah.
understanding how someone else feels and trying to match that.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this has
Yeah,
been great, Jana. I'm so grateful that you have been here today. And don't forget
thank you.
to like, subscribe,
Mm.
find us on social media. We would love to connect with
Share,
anybody,
tell
share our
other
videos
people.
so that everybody else can listen to our little chats. And as always, we love you and we send you lots of love. Take care, everybody. Bye.